Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today we are chatting about all things Chanel, and there are so many new and upcoming makeup launches that we have got to discuss. I also have my latest makeup haul here. I ran to the Chanel Beauty Boutique last night. It's probably not what you think it is, but we're gonna get to this in a second. First things first, the fall winter makeup collection just launched on Chanel.com today. I also saw a couple pieces popping up on the Nordstrom website. As many of you I'm sure are aware, this may be an unpopular opinion, but the reason I haven't been sharing this collection or talking about all of the sneak peek photos is because I'm not really drawn to it. Personally, I don't find it that attractive overall. Now, to be clear, we are talking about luxury makeup from Chanel, so how bad can it really be? I don't want to sound overly dramatic here. I just don't think it's that amazing. The colors look very muted. It's a little bit basic, very expected fall colors. I think anytime you see the giant CC logo on a compact, it is going to look somewhat attractive because the branding is just so beautiful. And Chanel does those little details very well. You know, I try to avoid seeing any reviews because I don't want to cloud my own judgment, but I have seen both blushes swatched and demonstrated, and the makeup looks created were very beautiful. The ladies I saw demonstrating are beautiful in general. They could pretty much wear anything and look amazing. 2023 is the year of blush. We've had so many amazing new formulas, new shades. Brands have just gone bananas this year with blush launches. Part of me is maybe a little bit inundated with blush, but I just look at the tones and I think, meh, they're $65 a piece. The beige and coral shade looks like something that has been done before. You probably already have something similar in your collection. The beige, rosé, and mauve. Now this could be an incredible blush, and I've seen some recent TikTok videos where people are demonstrating purple blush, especially on deeper skin tones, and it is just the most beautiful shade on them. But it has to be the right shade of purple. You know, this purple looks really intimidating, but if it's the right shade of purple, it can give you that wow impact. This looks so muted and a little bit grayish that I'm not sure it's the right tone to give you that wow factor. I am pickier than ever. I'm the pickiest I've ever been when it comes to purchasing new makeup, and I honestly think that's how it should be. I try to put myself in the mindset of before social media, before I started creating content as a job. I would never just rush out to purchase something just because it's new. Being new is the worst possible justification you can make for purchasing a product because there's always going to be something new. I don't think these are ugly blushes or so bad I can imagine somebody purchasing them. I'm sure a lot of people are going to buy these and really like them and create very pretty looks. But are they pretty enough? I think that's the question that we really need to be asking ourselves. Am I going to grab this over some of my favorite blushes? I personally think I just prefer a pink cheek. They don't have these yet at the Brickell City Center boutique, so I ordered them directly from the Chanel website. My review is going to be very late, but I can kind of tell you how I feel about them. Even if I get them and the makeup looks nice, I imagine I can work with both of these and create a nice makeup look. I don't think they're going to be the most flattering tones for me personally. They're definitely not my personal preference. It's not all bad. I love the Rouge Coco Bloom lipstick formula. It's one of the best lipstick formulas from Chanel. If you are in the market for lipsticks and you like the appearance of any of these new shades, definitely go for the Rouge Coco Blooms. You will not be disappointed. It's one of the best lipsticks they offer. But we do have a new eyeshadow formula. We have loose eyeshadows. I saw all 6 shades swatched last night in store, and I was very disappointed. I don't like the shades they chose. I don't like the color payoff. I don't like the applicator, like the little component I'm not a huge fan of. I don't like the finish. There's just not a lot I like about these eyeshadows. If they had given us a true loose pigment, the type of loose pigment that we've come to understand from other brands, maybe this is unfair, but I cannot help but sort of compare these loose eyeshadows with other loose eyeshadows that are really intense. I don't think these are pure pigments. I think there's a lot of filler dust and filler pigment in there because when you see them swatched, they don't have that much color payoff. They have some color payoff because it's loose and you're just going to get a lot of volume. But in terms of intensity, I don't think the intensity is truly there. And I don't like the finish. I wish they had gone with something that was a true metallic, something to make the eye look really pop and give you that wow factor, because that's the type of product that you're gonna pull out from the drawer and you're gonna be excited to use. I think they have more of a satin finish. So they kind of reflect light. They're very comparable to the eyeshadows in the quads. It's as if they took a bunch of shades from the quads and just smashed them up. And against my better judgment, because I love you all so much, I did pick up one of the shades to play around with. I didn't want to be too judgmental right off the bat, so I did choose a shade. And I also decided to purchase the makeup products that I'd had my eye on, things that I know I really love. First, we have the newly reformulated UV Essential with SPF 50. This has been a long time favorite, and I haven't restocked in a long time. I remember when this was very liquidy and it had the very shaky bottle, but I tried this on my hand the other day in the boutique and I thought, ooh, I should buy that. It's a little bit more of a creamy texture, but it just kind of disappears into the skin. I like that it's now stable. You don't have to shake it, so it sort of looks like the CC cream bottle. RIP CC cream, hopefully it's coming back soon. It leaves no white cast and it feels very lightweight on the face, which is what I love. For sunscreen on the face, you want something that feels really light. It's not sticky, it doesn't have an awful smell to it. Something that you can easily work into your daily routine. Sunscreen is so important, so I wanted to pick this up. This right here has a cult following, and I remember when I worked at the Chanel counter 6-7 years ago in Nashville, we could never keep this in stock, and it was always the bane of our existence because all of us, we were always so frustrated because we would receive a shipment and get maybe 2 or 3 of these lip balms and they would sell out within an hour. This is the Hydra Beauty Nourishing Lip Care. It feels amazing on the lips. I have so many lip masks that I really love, but I go through them. I mean, it's a product that I use every single day, and it's been a long time since I've had this, so I kind of wanted to treat myself. And if you have not tried this product, you need to. I think it's one of those hidden gem Chanel Beauty products. Not enough people talk about it. I'm not sure a lot of people know about this. I also restocked 2 of my all-time favorite lipsticks. I actually picked these up for specific videos that I have in mind, and I wanted to be able to share the actual favorite item instead of just reference them. So this is the Le Rouge Duo Ultra Tenue in Light Rose. And I would have picked up Tender Beige or Timeless Beige if they had it in stock. They didn't, because that's another one that I love. But Light Rose is beautiful. I think this is the perfect bridal lipstick. One of the most universally flattering shades in the best formula, and it's been a while since I've had this one. In the Rouge Coco formula, I picked up 434 Mademoiselle. This is one of the best-selling lipsticks. I remember we sold so many of these. It's a classic, it's been around forever, and it is the perfect kind of everyday pinky mauve tone. Sort of a soft rose. It's hydrating, it's very light on the lips, beautiful shade. And my final purchase is this Ombre Premier Libra, the loose eyeshadow. It says Intense Long Wear Color. I picked up shade 402 Sycamore. This is the lightest of the 6 shades. It's almost a champagne gold. I thought about going with one of the deeper colors or picking up more than one. But again, I was so disappointed when I saw them in store. I thought, do not waste your money. Let me just play around with this one and see what I think. I don't want to be risky with $40 per eyeshadow. This does not look like the light gold. Oh, it does in the bottom. Why does it look so brown? Okay, so down here, this looks like the light gold. I don't know why it looks so dark on the sponge. Let me just tap this. Oh, you know what? Maybe this is the lightest one. But even the lightest one is kind of dark. Wow, it looks so much darker than I remember. Now I can finally finish my makeup for the day, so I'm quickly just lining my lips. This is one of the Sephora Collection lip liners. It's one of my favorites. It's Creme de la Creme. Today I'm going in with Light Rose. It's the perfect everyday shade. Just the perfect flattering pink, flattering rose. Once it dries down, it gets a little tacky. You apply the gloss and this locks in the color and keeps the lips hydrated. My brows are done, but I don't have anything else on the eyes. I was waiting for this. And I put a little napkin on my lap because I'm a little bit afraid I might accidentally spill this on my white dress. Okay, so this is it. You get a little nub as an applicator. It's like a little spongy nub. And because it's loose and it's not metallic, it's just sort of dusty powder. It's so finely milled, it would make a huge mess if you did drop this, so just be careful with it. I'm just gonna see what happens, because maybe it won't be so bad. Yeah, I'm getting fallout all over, which I did expect. But why put an applicator then, if you can't actually use the applicator? Yeah, there's fallout all over my face now. Not gonna do that. I'm gonna try using a flat brush to smooth that out. Yeah, I don't like that at all. The color actually looks pretty on the lid, but it's not user-friendly. It's not like a fast and easy, convenient one and done type of shadow. It's not really intense. It doesn't have any sort of vibrant pigment or finish or anything that makes me think, wow, I'm so excited to pull out this product. I mean, it does. It looks pretty on the lid. It actually looks very sheer. I swear, I'm convinced they just took a bunch of old eyeshadows from the quads and thought, how can we remarket these? I know, we'll just smash them and sell them to people as loose pigments. Yeah, it looks really light. And in fact, there's no shimmer at all. I'm actually curious if she gave me the right one. 402 is the shade I have. I wanted to get the light gold, but I might have accidentally gotten the brown. Oh, you know what? Maybe I changed my mind last minute. Who knows? I do like the color. The color is pretty. If it was a convenient application process and it wasn't messy, I would use this and I would love it. If it was in cream form, this would be amazing. Okay, well, the good news is it didn't smear everywhere. It was really easy to just kind of brush off, dust off. No harm, no foul. I haven't ruined my makeup for the day. Yes, it says intense long wear color. This is not intense. And I did my best to kind of apply it with the applicator, drag it on the lid. And I can still see my eyelid showing through. It goes on very sheer. Now that was with the brush, so I can always try to build it up with my finger in a second. But there's nothing intense about it. It's dusty. The color is pretty. And I think I can create a very flattering eyeshadow look using this product. I still don't like it because when I think about doing my makeup for the day, am I going to rush to pick this out if I'm afraid it's gonna be messy and get all over my face? No. Okay, so you apply. There's a bunch of it on my eyelid. I don't know if you can see. And I'm gonna use my finger. It looks kind of shimmery on my finger. It doesn't look shimmery at all on the lid, which is so funny. I'm tempted to try to use this applicator beneath the lower lash line because that would actually be kind of convenient, but I know it would get all over my face, so I'm not going to bother. I guess you could dip your brush directly in there, but it's kind of small. You can't really see what's going on. Where's the pigment? Where is the intense long wear color? That's what I want to know. There's nothing intense about it. It's a soft, light brown. It's giving minimal, barely there, not intense. I could create this exact look using so many palettes that I already own. I mean, this is not anything unique. For $40, this is a bust. It's one of their worst products. I really would not recommend this. Makeup for the day is now complete. Eyes are done, lips are done. I was able to salvage the eye look. I even used that little applicator right beneath the lower lash line and kind of leaned over, and I was very careful. And I was able to make it work. I didn't think my makeup was going to look hideous just because I don't love the product. In my opinion, it's just not worth $40, and I don't think it adds anything special to my makeup collection. Out of all of the new Chanel launches, the one I was most excited about yesterday when I was at the boutique is the new Chanel Chance Eau Fraiche Eau de Parfum. This smells so nice. I was at the counter checking out, and I just kind of spritzed it on my arm just to see what it smelled like. And she was like, "Oh, you like Chance Eau Fraiche? Let me throw a couple samples in your bag for you," which I thought was really nice. So I do have a couple samples here. I really like Chance Eau Fraiche. I don't have it in my collection because it's not really my style of fragrance, but I can certainly appreciate it. I always say Chance Eau Fraiche is sort of like a perfume for people who don't really like perfume. You just want something very light. It smells kind of clean, fresh, straight out of the shower. Non-offensive. Basically, everybody will like it. You might not necessarily love it, but it's just a pleasant smell. Very pretty and very clean and fresh. A hint of citrus, but not too much. A hint of wood, but not too much. It's also a little bit green, but not bitter. It's kind of the perfect green fragrance if there was one. The Eau de Parfum version is a true fragrance. So if you love Chance Eau Fraiche, you will definitely love this. And it does smell just like an intense version, the perfume version. One of the points of difference that sets Chanel apart from other fragrance houses, this is something that they always talk about in Chanel trainings, is that the different concentrations are truly different formulations. So every single fragrance is its own creation. They don't simply dilute fragrances to create an eau de toilette. So I wasn't sure if this was going to maybe be too intense or too woody, or they would tweak the notes a little bit too much and maybe I wouldn't like it. But this took me on a bit of a roller coaster. I sprayed it on my arm, I smelled it in the car on the way home, and I thought, this is really nice, but not for me. And then as it dried down later, I thought, wait a minute, maybe I've been counting it out too soon. It's really pretty. It really is a beautiful fragrance. I'm still not sure if I'm going to purchase a full size, but I really like this, and I'm not somebody who was ever extremely drawn to Chance Eau Fraiche. It is one of the most popular. I would say Eau Tendre and Eau Fraiche, definitely the best sellers. So we talked about the fall-winter collection, but we are not done. We have more new launches to discuss. The eyeshadow collection called Byzance. Byzance is launching September 1st, I believe is the official launch date. So that's most likely when it will be available online. It seems like it's been circulating certain boutiques. I know some people have already gotten their hands on this. My boutique said you have to wait, but September 1st is the official date. So we have 4 eyeshadow palettes, and they come in limited edition packaging. The collection is inspired by jewel tones and Chanel costume jewelry, which I think is a very exciting inspiration. I think I like the inspiration behind the collection a little bit more than the execution. I don't like the color stories. This is another collection I'm not a huge fan of. The packaging with the gold is not my favorite. I don't think it's awful. I don't think it's amazing. A collection inspired by jewelry. Can you imagine? They could have given us bold, shimmer, intense pigmentation, sort of exactly what I wanted from the loose pigments. But no, they could have given us something really good. But instead, it's kind of more of the same. Most of these color palettes, I feel like we've seen time and time again, the color stories are incredibly redundant. You probably already own them, is the problem. The Parure Baroque has green, gold, and maroon. This is giving Kris Kringle. I don't understand what they were thinking with this color story. It just does not look cohesive whatsoever. And I can imagine that a good makeup artist is going to be able to create beautiful makeup looks using all of these palettes. Again, it's not to say they're hideous. They're not hideous. It's beautiful Chanel makeup. But when you're deciding what to purchase and spend your money on, it's gotta be something really good that you cannot wait to wear. You're so excited to create looks and get creative. I'm really not even that big into eyeshadow at the moment. I've been very simple with my eyes and concentrating more on skin. So maybe this just doesn't appeal to me personally. I don't hate the idea of jewel tones, but they would have to be done really, really well. And that's not what I'm seeing here in these photos. Even on a no buy or a low buy, I've always said that Chanel was my one exception. I will always buy the new Chanel launches just because it's Chanel, and I feel like I've built my channel doing Chanel reviews, and that's what most people want to see from me. They look like something that in the past I would have wasted my money on, and I have been burned so many times, and I have really learned my lesson. There have been so many launches that I thought, man, I have severe FOMO. Everybody's talking about this launch, and maybe I need to buy it too so I can review. And then a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, nobody talks about it ever again. I would use these palettes once for the review. I would never touch them. So you know what? Chanel is not the exception anymore. If there's something that I know I don't really like, I'm not gonna buy it. We also have new oversized highlighters coming soon. This is an interesting collection because we have 3 shades of highlighter in multiple designs. So you kind of choose your shade in whatever design you want, and then come in the oversized compacts, which just feels like a lot of highlighter. I'm not sure this was really necessary. This feels very unnecessary, actually. I have all of these shades. These are not new shades. We've even seen some of these designs before, like the Lion highlighter from a couple holiday seasons ago. Very pretty, and I like the Chanel highlighters. The formula is really nice. I also really like the oversized compacts, so I'll probably pick up one. I think I really like the ivory, the really pearly one with the pearl CCs. I'm thinking about purchasing that one highlighter, but this isn't really a collect them all situation because I imagine they're going to be very expensive, and this has been done before. You probably, if you purchase a lot of Chanel, you probably have all of these shades already in your collection. It would just be for the design, and as soon as you use it a couple times, the design is going to be gone. It's been a little over 2 hours since I placed the order, but I already received a shipping notification from Chanel that my 2 new fall blushes are on their way to me. So as soon as they arrive, I will unbox, I will swatch, I will demonstrate all of the things, and you will know first. And that completes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned. Everything on my face will be listed down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.